Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we are in Seville, one of the most beautiful cities in Europe, and it's actually also one of the sunniest with 300 days of sun. However, we're gonna do something different today. It's December, the sun is throwing all these ugly shadows on these beautiful facades. So we decided we're gonna explore and see if this city actually holds up after sunset. We are going to hit all the top sites and see how they look in artificial light and hopefully not get lost in any dark alleys. Let's head to our first stop, Seville's third most visited landmark. That's actually been only completed like 15 years ago. I'm talking about the Plazas de Sevilla, the giant modern structure that somehow looks completely at home between the historic houses. It's almost golden hour, and so what we're gonna do is not fall down these stairs. Actually, we're gonna go hit the highest layer of the Plazas de Sevilla, the mushrooms of Sevilla, because we thought this might be the prime example of looking down on the city as the sun sets down before we can start our exploration. Very fancy elevator. Ooh, okay, this looks good. Okay, it's actually pretty cool because today is a little bit overcast, so there are some clouds on the sky, but the sun is so clear actually. Oh my god, very beautiful. Perfect golden hour right now. We timed it to perfection. The name of the place has a quirky history. The official name was meant to be Metropole Parasol, but already during the construction, locals started calling it Las Setas, the mushrooms, which makes sense because that's exactly what it looks like. The funny part? The architect had trademarked the name Metropole Parasol, so the city basically said, we're not paying for that, let's just stick with the mushrooms. Yeah, this is actually pretty cool. Last time we visited in Sevilla, we didn't go up here as far as I remember. And yeah, this is actually super cool because you get a really nice panorama view of the whole town. We decided to wait here for 10 minutes and see if at 6 p.m. we're gonna actually enable the lights or not, because this whole thing can be illuminated, and so we're gonna see if we're lucky. If not, we're gonna continue to our next place. So we ended up waiting almost 20 minutes here, but it is pretty dark now. The light show has started. Okay, this was totally worth it. The extra 20 minutes of wait, min-maxing the sights, getting the golden hour and the night sky. Okay, time to get out of here. On the way out, we're actually throwing all these facts at you about this building, but I wanted to share one with you. Apparently this is the largest wooden structure in the world. And we are out, and actually, to be honest, we've been here like 2 days ago, and I have to say during night is so much better. Like I said, with December sun, it's not very flattering to a lot of these buildings in the city because the shadows are just, they just don't like accentuate, is this the word? The buildings, but like break it up very, very unfavorably. And so with the artificial light, this looks so much better.
We're heading to Europe's oldest public park, the Alameda de Hércules. It's supposed to be lively at night, perfect for people watching. As we get close, we already hear cheerful music, drifting through the air. However, it's not what we expected. What we actually find? A tiny Christmas market. I'm trying to get in the holiday mood, but without cold or snow, it just doesn't feel right. It's like looking at a surfer on top of a snowy mountain. Not complaining though, I especially left Germany to skip the winter chills.
Check this out. They have an ice ring here. An ice ring in Spain. I mean, it is December. It's actually pretty warm still, so...
Should we try some ice skating?
Later, because it's already 7 and we are not on our Spanish schedule yet, so we cannot eat super late at 10 or 11 p.m. Instead, we are going to see what kind of tapas bar are here, find something to eat first before we continue our night exploration. But so far it's going great. We love it.
If you're in any Andalusian city, you absolutely have to try tapas. Small plates you enjoy while chatting over a few beers. But a few of them together can easily make a full meal. That's exactly what we decided to do. We got some classic hot and salty potatoes, tangy peppers, and a mouth-watering tender beef cheek, to name a few.
What are we eating today? Olives? Yes, these are good.
We're out of the restaurant and it's already 8 p.m. The sky gets darker, the air gets cooler, and we have to hurry. There are still more sights to see.
So while ice skating certainly sounded fun, it is actually quite late already. And if you want to still hit the cathedral and the Alcazar and the Plaza de España, we kind of have to hurry. Also, wife is already cold enough just like that. No ice ring necessary.
So we decide to head straight to our next stop, the Cathedral of Seville, the largest Gothic cathedral in the entire Milky Way. But before we go, we spot one of my wife's favorite snacks, roasted chestnuts. Their aroma fills the streets and of course immediately attracts her.
We came just right now out of a restaurant and already somebody's snacky.
Just a few minutes later, we're at Sevilla's cathedral, and its magically illuminated belfry pierces the dark night sky.
Alrighty, and we have arrived at the cathedral, and as hoped, this is completely illuminated. And the first thing you notice is this huge belfry, so a bell tower. And actually the whole cathedral was built on a Moorish mosque, so on the remains of a Moorish mosque. And this belfry specifically is the most famous kind of like of the remains because the minaret of the previous mosque was used as the base for the construction of this one. So yeah, and it's so massive.
The rest of the cathedral is just as impressive, and the lighting adds a perfect touch of magic, highlighting the shapes and forms of its facade like the December sun never could. As beautiful as it is from outside, after dark you can't go inside. Definitely one of the downsides of a nighttime sightseeing tour. Our next stop is across the street, but the Royal Garden is already closed. Not much to see from outside, but at least the city makes up for it with some lively music. We continue our stroll toward the pre-garden of Real Alcazar, and suddenly it feels like we've stepped into a different climate zone.
Oh wow, this is so much cooler here, huh? Like, oh, you know why? Because there's actually ground here that's not plastered.
But also, what are those bright lights slicing through the dark sky?
Because it seems like there's a crazy light show going in the Real Alcazar, but it's already kind of late today. We didn't know that it was happening. I tried to find out yesterday if there's any way to get in there, but I didn't have anything on their official web page. So we might go in on another day, and I'm just gonna splice the footage from the other day if I have some right now.
Normally you visit the Real Alcazar to admire its Moorish-style architecture and wander through its lush gardens. It's fancy enough to still be an official royal residence, used by the Spanish royal family whenever they're in Seville. During the light show, the place feels completely different, like being pulled into a vivid, dreamlike world.
What's left now is one more thing, and I think this is the place that fascinated me and my wife most when we visited Sevilla the first time. This is the Plaza de España, and for us back then it was a total surprise because we didn't actually know that this place existed or where it was, and so we stumbled upon it per chance because it was on the way to our hotel actually, and we're completely blown away.
So we make our way there through a nearby garden. Then we suddenly stumble onto a spooky path.
Man, it's so foggy here all of a sudden. I have no clue why, to be honest. And so much cooler. Because like the whole town almost, there are trees, obviously, like a lot of orange trees actually. But all of them are really in these like tiny prisons, I would say. And here's like a real park with real ground, so it's so much cooler. This is it, we are here, just around the corner. Is it gonna be as beautiful as the first time? Can we recreate the magic moment? A lot of pressure on this Plaza de España.
And as we turn around the corner, we're greeted by magical lights that create a beautiful atmosphere.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I knew it was here, so... But it's still actually pretty nice because there's almost nobody here. We've been here like 2 days ago during a day and it was so full. Oh my god, and here almost nobody's here because everybody's just in the city, right? And actually this place is open until midnight. So yeah, you can stroll around here. You can stroll around the garden on the right side. It's very, very huge though. Oh, it's so much more peaceful. Perfect.
With so few people around, it feels like Sevilla lit this place just for us, inviting us to bask in its tranquil beauty and take in its quiet magnificence.
So this place was actually a part of a construction project that was happening for the World Expo in 1929. But you might know it actually as a set piece in Star Wars Episode 4 or something like that. I don't know, it was just Anakin with Padme standing with their suitcases or something like that. If you ever seen the scene, you would recognize this instantly. It's basically along the balconies there. But yeah, it's really, really beautiful here. And I have to say, again, like compared to the day, the lighting is magical. Almost nobody's here, which is just, I mean, look at this. This is so huge. There's just like 5 people or something like that. Seville by night is amazing. I can totally recommend it. Anyway, this is gonna be it for today for this Seville vlog. Let me know if I missed something that is also great at night in Seville, or if you liked this night episode at all. But I hope you liked it, and if you did, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to see more and follow us on our journey.